Godzilla, King of the Monsters is directed and co-written by Michael Daugherty, and it's most notably starring Millie Bobby Brown and Vera Farmiga playing a mother and daughter who are in the midst of this big breakout of a big three-headed monster and Godzilla's nemesis known as Ghidorah. Now, this will probably be more controversial, this film in particular, whether it was an improvement on the first Godzilla film or whether it was a step down. For me, I think there is a mix of both, but I'll talk about that more. Now, one of the biggest improvements they made from the original was definitely the CGI. I think what the visual effects artists were able to pull off in this film was really impressive. Just from the opening scene alone where they introduce the first monster, oh man, I was just stunned by it. He looked so vibrant, colorful, and actually really realistic, which is something that surprised me compared to the original. The CGI in this film entirely looks really good, and Godzilla also looks a lot better than he did in the first film. And I was looking closely to see if there was a distinct moment where I could see through the CGI, and there's really only one scene where that was the case, and it was a scene where an explosion was being hit on a dragon. But really, other than that, the CG in this film looked incredible. I was so surprised by it. And the sound design was brilliant. Godzilla's roar and his build-up, his gradual build-up to his fire breath, oh man, it sounded so good. It was music to my ears. And all the sound design in general. Between the explosions, the monsters' roars in general, it worked so well within this film, and it flowed really well too. And I think something a lot of Godzilla fans will love about this is that there's a lot more appearance of lots of different monsters, including Godzilla himself, on screen. They don't spend as much time focused on the human characters as they were in the first film. So, from an action standpoint, it's better paced than the first Godzilla film. But the big problem is that the characters that take up the screen time aren't interesting at all. They are really underdeveloped. They don't actually serve as real characters. They're literally just actors standing there and giving the audience exposition and explaining everything. There's no depth to these characters, like there was in the first Godzilla. And while the characters in the first Godzilla may have been a bit predictable and cliched, there's still more depth to them. There's still some more emotional weight to where you could actually care for them. And they felt more realistic and interesting. Here, they are literally just actors standing and giving exposition. That's it. Even the two main characters, Emma and Maddie, played by Millie Bobby Brown and Vera Farmiga, while the acting performances from both of them are great, I don't deny that they are both great actresses. I love their performances in multiple films, but here they just feel so out of place, like they don't actually get much to do. Vera Farmiga is literally just explaining things and essentially being there as a plot device and propelling everything forward. But you don't actually care for her character. You don't feel any emotional weight when anything's happening to her. And the same thing with Millie Bobby Brown's character, Maddie. She really slows down the pacing of the film, especially in the final act, where the film mostly revolves around her at that point. And she's pretty much just a child in distress that they're trying to save. But that's it. You're not getting much more than that. And a lot of the monster scenes don't have as great of a payoff as a result. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that they should just give in to fan service or that they should try and fill up the entire 2-hour and 12-minute runtime with fight scenes between Godzilla and Ghidorah. But if you're going to dedicate so much screen time to the human characters, then you should at least make them interesting and relatable as human beings, rather than just making them objects of exposition and plot devices. That's all. Now, if you are just looking for some simple, mindless entertainment, if you're just looking for better CGI and sound design and more fight sequences between all these monsters, then you're gonna find yourself enjoying this film quite a bit. Definitely more than the first Godzilla. But if you're looking for something more than that, then I don't know if this is the one for you. There's really nothing special about this. It's decent, and it's what I expected a Godzilla sequel to be. Overall, I'm giving Godzilla King of the Monsters, a C+. I do look forward to seeing Godzilla vs. Kong on Wednesday, and I'll try to get my review out for it by at least Thursday morning, so stay tuned for that. But as always, I hope you enjoyed this review. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you in the next video.